Well, well, well. So today got some news that came across my news feed. I was getting ready for today's show, and all of a sudden, something strange popped up that I did not expect. Osa Odighizuwa finally speaks about being traded from the Dallas Cowboys. And I think what he has to say about being traded from the Dallas Cowboys, man, I mean, you really got to pay attention to his overall body language, demeanor, and everything. I think y'all might be a little bit surprised at how one Osa Odighizuwa responded. Also, another thing I'm going to talk about on today's show, and I'm going to expand into tomorrow, is what to expect from Brian Schottenheimer in year 2. Because I believe a whole lot of people are wrong about Brian Schottenheimer and this offense in year 2. Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Yup. It is time to talk Cowboys on a rainy Tuesday evening over here in Dallas. Man, I got a big time show for us today. It won't be long, but it's still going to be a big time show. This Osa Odighizuwa thing, yeah, it's loaded. Let's go. Let's get it. Welcome, Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And as you're coming to this live stream, please hit that like button, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know the next time we post another video or go live. And yes, we are live. And if you haven't become a channel member subscriber yet, what in the world are you waiting on? We have a lot of great content coming up the rest of this season. Now let's talk facts. Yeah. Osa Odighizuwa finally responds. I'm just glad to hear the response. I mean, he didn't say anything, he ain't tripping or nothing like that. He ain't pulling no D-Law. You know what I'm saying? You're not pulling no D-Law or anything like that. But I just want you to see the demeanor of Osa Odighizuwa and how you can tell this affected him. We're going to talk about that today. Then, Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith gave his perspective on where he is on what the Dallas Cowboys have done so far. And I have to say, I probably agree with Emmitt Smith. Then, go listen to this guy named James Palmer. He does a podcast with Steve Smith Sr. And he's talking about George Pickens and what he thinks about George Pickens, because I'm sure he didn't get this from somebody inside of the Cowboys organization. Then, I found a clip I was looking for the other day. I don't know who this guy is, but he is definitely talking about that the Cowboys are going to be serious contenders in 2026. And so we're going to use that, and then we're going to catapult into Brian Schottenheimer in year 2. Because I believe a lot of people are wrong about Brian Schottenheimer in year 2 and this offense. Then we got a quick hit, Javonte Williams. Did the Dallas Cowboys underpay Javonte Williams? Did the Dallas Cowboys underpay Javonte Williams? Man, whether they did or not, they got him. But wow, I mean, when you look at the running back market, I just wonder what Javonte Williams could have really commanded had he tried to play hardball with the Cowboys, but he didn't. So these are the subject matters for the day. Osa responds, Emmitt's view, Palmer's view on Pickens, Cowboys prediction, Schotty year 2, and is Williams underpaid? Let's go. All right, let's get this roll call in. Get this show started for the day on this gloomy Tuesday. Tuesday evening over here in the Dallas Metroplex. Lord Nova, what is going on? Good to see you, Lord Nova. Dak Owens is in the building. What is going on, Dak Owens? Jacob Jackson, OG, what up with your nephew? Lord Nova, what is going on? Dak Owens said, welcome to Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Come in, hit the like button, and let your opinion be heard. Also, please keep the chat clean. Appreciate you. Hallelujah. Salute. What is going on, Carl Williams? What is going on? It is the Queen. What's going on, Queen? Good to see you. What up, Lynn from the 903? Jeremy Betts. Yes, sir. It's a rainy day in the Metroplex. What's going on, Jeremy Betts? What's going on, Attention? Lisa Worley, what is going on? I see you got Pickens and Lamb in that avatar. Let's go. What up, John Henry? Dominique Pittman, the neighborhood skeptic. What is going on, my man? Good to see you. What is going on, Enoch Taylor? What's going on, Ty Powell? Mixed Matrix, what is going on? It is the Undertaker X. What is going on, Undertaker X? Real estate vet out of Las Vegas. What is going on with you? Good to see you. Gregory Hicks. Bass, what up, Bass? I see you done changed that avatar. What is going on? Frank Lawrence. What up, Frank Lawrence? Good to see you. Yeah, boy. Ooh. Bass. Boy, he took a mean pay cut, didn't he? What? Boy, you know he gotta love being here. He took a mean pay cut. What's up, Gabe Robinson? It's 100 degrees in Killeen. Well, I ain't gonna complain too much because it's gonna probably be 100 degrees in Texas next month. What's going on, Texas boy? Big Mac Mackey. Rico Jones, what is going on? Dolores Ennis, good to see you. Robert Dudley, what up, Robert Dudley? Osa Odighizuwa is actually going to be wearing number 92. He will be wearing number 92. He's already made that clear. I couldn't find a picture of him in the 49ers uniform in the 92. I couldn't find it. What is going on, Robert Shook? What is going on? Gabe Robinson, what is going on? Yes, that Sax guy, what's going on? GKH17, let's get this show going. Appreciate y'all rocking with me today. Give yourselves a hand. The best chat on YouTube, and we are back. And so, man, let's go ahead and get into this. The Osa Odighizuwa response to the Dallas Cowboys. And again, hey, it ain't DeMarcus Lawrence. It ain't those kind of fireworks. But he does respond to being traded. And I thought it was very interesting, and I think you're going to pick up on it too. Osa Odighizuwa, kind of how he felt about being traded from the Dallas Cowboys. Let's pull this up. And what I'm going to do is, because these guys, I think they are a part of the...
It's the game that
I think they are a part of the Colin Cowherd Network. So what I'm going to try to do here is I'm going to probably pull up a picture of Osa Odighizuwa, because I don't want to have to go back and edit this out of the video, because this is actually a major part of this video. So people who catch this on the they might want to catch this on the replay. So I'm just going to put up a picture of Osa Odighizuwa while we listen to Osa Odighizuwa talk about this situation, because I just don't know if it will be a copyright strike or not. So we're going to hit play over here, and let's go to the section where he starts to talk about the Cowboys, because this is actually a really long interview, but I'm only going to let you hear two parts, and we're going to break down both parts. But this is Osa Odighizuwa. Let's see if we can pull this off.
So tell me how you're feeling. Obviously, it's a big transition. You had just signed a big extension for for $80 million, 4-year, $80 million extension with the Cowboys, and then you get traded to the San Francisco 49ers. It seems like there's a bit of a regime change going on in Dallas. Was it a surprise, or what is it expected?
I mean, I can't say it was like super unexpected, like, because you read a little bit of the writing on the wall. I'm a very observant guy, you know what I mean? So there was some telltale signs that it was a possibility, but like at the end of the day, I was just like, I'm gonna just keep working, and if it happens, something happens, and it doesn't, I mean, cool, you know? Definitely, uh, I mean, there's still a mix of emotions. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely happy to be here. You know what I mean? It's a great team. Like, had a great.
So let's deal with that first part. Let's deal with that first part. So Osa Odighizuwa says in the first part of the interview, Osa Odighizuwa says he was already getting he already saw the writing on the wall, but he was trying to ignore it. He said he was getting signs that this was probably going to happen. It just goes to show you that, hey man, people ain't dumb. He was reading the writing on the wall. He was reading the tea leaves. He could see what was going on. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm going to tell you what I believe he probably realized was the moment when he realized he probably wasn't going to be here. Christian Parker. I'm telling us now, I guarantee you the moment Christian Parker came on board, probably had a conversation with Christian Parker, I guarantee you he realized, just like he said, he was already seeing the writing on the wall. He was not going to be, and it might have been before Christian Parker. But I'm just blown away because, you know, you think he got blindsided because that's kind of how we thought, you know, or you heard people talking. Yeah, he got blindsided. Don't sound like he got blindsided. It don't sound like he got blindsided. He actually had the foresight to realize that something probably, what's that old song by Keith Sweat? Something just ain't right. Yeah, Osa said something ain't right, man. He said something ain't right. What's going on, Frank Lawrence? He said, only way the Osa Odighizuwa get press coverage is the Cowboys. Hey. And I don't even know if he was trying to get this. This came out 6 hours ago, and I just happened to see it when I was getting ready for the show today. Because I'm the first person, and I could be totally wrong, but I'm the first person that I've heard even talk about this. I haven't seen anybody else talking about Osa Odighizuwa's response to being traded from the Cowboys. But let's get a little bit more in here, man. I'm telling you, this interview, it's about a 24-minute interview. We're not going to listen to the whole thing because he's talking about 49er stuff. I want you to hear the Cowboy stuff. That's the part I'm going to let you hear today. And so, once again, let's check out the rest of this as he talks about, and you heard as he was closing this answer to the first question, I'm really glad that Osa Odighizuwa is a person that can be honest with himself. You can tell throughout this interview, he's bothered by being traded from the Cowboys. He's bothered by it. I'm sure, one, he loved playing for the Cowboys. Two, he signed an extension and gave the Cowboys a sizable discount. Very team-friendly deal. Only for him to be traded. That is tough, man. That is tough. It's almost like a cautionary tale. It's like, do players give teams, you know, do they give teams discounts and then they don't just trade you? They don't just trade you. They trade you to one of the worst tax brackets in America? Now, one thing he will have the opportunity to do is that he's going to have an opportunity to compete for a Super Bowl. I do. I think he's going to have a very good opportunity to compete for a Super Bowl because they've done that over there in San Francisco for quite a while. Problem is, I still don't think they have the quarterback to do it. And I don't even think they have the personnel to do it anymore. But he will probably still compete because Kyle Shanahan, man, Kyle Shanahan can make lemonade out of lemons. Last year they were decimated with injuries, and they still able to make the playoffs, 12-game winning season, I believe. Probably should have won Coach of the Year if you ask me. So he will be able to compete. But I am telling you, it's a cautionary tale. Poobie D, you said I knew his contract would be a problem. Hey, it's a cautionary tale, Poobie D. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like a cautionary tale, man. You know, this is why I said about George Pickens. At the end of the day, George Pickens has to do what's best for George Pickens and what he can live with. That's what he has to do. Because you don't get no do-overs. You don't get no do-overs. You give a team a discount. You don't get no do-overs. If they decide to trade you, there's nothing you can do. You don't get a do-over. You can get mad all you want to, but one thing I think about Osa Odighizuwa that I can appreciate about him seems to be content. Wait, don't let me say content. He has dealt with the reality of the situation. And so he's not out here losing his mind. But man, that's some serious stuff right there, man. That's some serious stuff. I know you got to stay up at night sometime thinking, God, I gave this team this huge discount, and then they traded me. It's tough. All right, let's hear the next statement he makes. I'm gonna go back just a little bit.
And there's still a mix of emotions. I'm not gonna lie. I'm definitely happy to be here. You know what I mean? It's a great team. Like, had a great time meeting my teammates. You know what I mean? Meeting the coaches. I'm glad to be here working with everybody. It's a great organization from top to bottom. I feel like it's definitely just a winning mentality over here. So it's cool to be a part of that and go from one good organization to another one, you know, and just being in a great space. I feel like I'm part of the cavalry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not coming to a place that's like rebuilding anything at all. Like, I'm just coming and adding to a great team and a lot of great players that's already here. So it's kind of awesome.
It's really awesome. And it's
all right. Now, you can tell once again, and let me let you look at Osa Odighizuwa's face. Okay, Jeremy Betts, you said Law commented on, Law did a video. Okay. I want to let you see Osa Odighizuwa's face. Osa Odighizuwa's expression is going to tell you everything you need to know. This is how he looked throughout the entire video. Look at this. This is how he looked throughout the entire video. I don't know. I don't know what else to make of it. This is how he looked throughout the video. He said clearly, he still got some mixed emotions about it. Yeah, I know what he's saying. His feelings are hurt. He got traded from the Cowboys. Yeah, simple. His feelings are hurt. He said that they were, he went to an organization with a winning mentality. Now, y'all don't take that as a shot towards the Dallas Cowboys. I actually think that's a true statement. Kyle Shanahan is one of the best coaches in this league. I would love to have Kyle Shanahan as a coach. Great offensive mind. Great motivator of men. But the man is in his feelings. I mean, I know that he's come to grips with this is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. But hey, man, this dude, you can tell this dude is he is hurt, man. He is hurt, man. He hurt. Hey, hallelujah, you took the word, man. There it is. Hallelujah, boy, this man hurt, bro. Hallelujah, he hurt, man. Lisa Worley said he looked like YB. I don't think, and I'm just telling you, I don't think he was taking a shot at the Cowboys when he said, going to an organization with a winning mentality. I do think they have a winning mentality because John Lynch is a very good GM. He's being put to the test now, though. Kyle Shanahan he's just a really good coach. And they always see, even being decimated with injuries last year, they were still competitive. They were still competitive until they ran into a team that they just couldn't do anything with. So I don't think he was taking a shot at the Cowboys. Real estate vet, he said, I'm tired of ex-Cowboy players saying it's a winning mentality elsewhere. What kind of mentality do we have in Dallas? D-Law said the same thing. Now, I don't think he's saying the same thing because he's going to come back and talk about how great of an organization the Cowboys are. And I'll be honest with you, I really believe that Osa Odighizuwa believed the Cowboys were on to something. I believe he believes the Cowboys were on to something. That they were probably going to start winning. I believe that he believes they were on to something. And you gotta think, as much as, we may think he's saying that for the Cowboys, towards the Cowboys, I don't think he's saying that for the Cowboys. I think he's saying that for himself. I think he's saying that for himself because he's no longer with the Cowboys. And so he says that for him so that he can deal with it better. Yeah, I'm going to an organization with a winning mentality. Yeah, he's saying that to make himself feel better. Because I know he felt that Brian Schottenheimer was creating this winning atmosphere. And he probably looked at with Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark going into the second year with both of those players. He probably was thinking like, man, this thing is going to be off the chain. And then they called him into the office. And like I said, he could see the writing on the wall. And a part of the writing on the wall probably should have been how they were using him towards the inner or the latter part of the season as it applies to Kenny Clark, him, and Quentin Williams. Yeah. So there's a lot there, man. There is a lot there. Jacob Jackson said, I definitely didn't want to hear the voice of, let alone see the face of the Cowboy hater known as Richard Sherman. Yeah, I'm not a big Sherman fan. He's a great player, but not a big fan. Frank Lawrence said, simple. Dallas dumped Osa Odighizuwa's contract. Dumped Osa Odighizuwa in his big contract. Yeah, and I'll tell you something else, Frank Lawrence. I don't think his contract was too big for the Cowboys. I think his contract was too big for the Cowboys in the capacity that they would have used him in. Brandy said, who will be on Osa when we play them? The answer better be Smith, BB, or Booker. Any other answer is unacceptable. Yeah, it'll probably be Booker or Smith. Yeah. Pooby D said, I think it's about having to uproot your family also, especially after signing a big deal. Pooby D, I don't know if you know anything about San Francisco. San Francisco, man, they show you the Golden Gate Bridge. I've been there. They show you the Golden Gate Bridge. It's beautiful. They can show you a few places. Beautiful. Pooby D, I do not know if you've been there. San Francisco is one of the dirtiest cities in the United States. It's filthy. It is filthy. Trash literal trash everywhere. High crime rate. Cost of living is, it is astronomical. It's a horrible place I wouldn't want to live there. I would not want to live there. If I played in San Francisco, Man, ain't no way I would live in San Francisco. It's a terrible place. It's a terrible place. What up, Joseph Benton? Yeah, they got him, man. They got him on this one. Bass said playing nice guy in a cutthroat business like the NFL showed Osa what it got him in return. Traded. I'd feel some type of way too. Yeah, man, this is why you got to do what's best for you. It's called the football business. It's the football business. So you got to learn how to deal with the football business. Joseph Benton, I don't think a lot of people thought he was actually worth the contract. Some people did. I was questioning. I was a little bit upset when I thought the Cowboys, he was going to try to hit the Cowboys for one of the highest paid contracts in the league. And then, you know, when I saw it was a team-friendly deal, I wasn't so mad. Brandy said, I'm sad too, but I will get over it. Oh, man. What up, Roland? What up, Rolando Rodriguez? What's up? I'm telling you. Texas boy B. Mackey. Hey, that's the NFL for you. Nobody is truly safe. Say it. You either an asset or no one is truly safe. Either an asset or camaraderie. I think that's what you were saying there. But hey, man, it is. That's why when you start dealing with your deals, you got to do what you can live with, and you got to think. You got to think that. I got to do a deal that if I get traded, it still works out for me. Jeremy Betts said he didn't fit that new regime. I don't think so either. Osa is an up-the-field defensive tackle that wants to one gap and get up the field to the ball. The Cowboys are still looking for big, strong defensive tackles that can play tough against the run. You know, Osa was really good against the pass. Oh, Lisa Worley, I know Jalen Tolbert hurt. Ain't no doubt in my mind he hurt. Brandy said we will beat them finally. I'm glad we getting them at home. I'm glad. Yeah, Pooba D. So you know what I'm talking about then. Man, San Francisco, boy, it's different. Whew, it's different. Hallelujah said San Francisco is a revolving door too. He better not get too comfortable there either. Ooh, Tatiana, let me tell you something. San Francisco, you know, New York, the issue with New York, haven't been to New York, but New York got them doggone rats the size of dogs over there. So New York may be a little bit different. But man, San Francisco is, whew. Real estate vet said, I'm from Sacramento. The city is filthy. Human turds on the sidewalk. What? It's just, telling you. It's a nasty place, man. Whew. Oh, Miss Matrix, it's pretty dirty. New York is dirty too. New York got them doggone, like I said, shoot, New York got them doggone rats the size of dogs in that joint. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. It is. All right, let's check out some more Osa Odighizuwa, man. All right, let's check this out.
You know, there was a bit of turmoil, obviously, between the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, just some intense games, you know, a bit of a rivalry that developed, and we'll talk about that later, but it's still human nature. You know, it's just human nature. You go somewhere new, you know, you gotta find a new home, you gotta transport your family, you gotta kind of turn your mind around because it's loyalty. You know, you feel loyalty to the team that you've been representing. You've been in the NFC East, you know, you're battling the Philadelphia Eagles, you locked into that mindset. Now you gotta learn to hate the Seattle Seahawks and the LA Rams, and you gotta get yourself in that mindset. But like you said, it's still a great organization and a great team to be a part of. But who was the first 49ers player or coach to reach out to you when everything happened?
I would say Coach Kasurgi was the first one to reach out, the D-line coach. You know, he's a great D-line coach. He reached out, super happy, super excited, you know what I mean? And everyone was super excited to have me. So that.
All right, so we're going to skip to the part. He talks another part in here about the Dallas Cowboys. I want to skip to, let me let you hear another part too. You know, Richard Sherman, he up in here hating on the Dallas Cowboys facility in a sense. I catch what he's doing on the sly. But check this out. He talks about the Cowboys facility. Check him out.
Businesses around, and I was like, I'm never. What has been the biggest difference, just initially, I guess, between your time with the Dallas Cowboys and obviously you're talking about the dietary stuff, but just in terms of I guess on the field meetings, because I just remember I've only been at a Dallas Cowboys facility once, and it was so strange to me because it's right there, smack dab in the middle of like like a business center. You know what I mean? Like there's office buildings here, the field's like in the middle, and then it seems like there's other businesses around. And I was like, I've never been part of a facility. I've only played with the Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, and then the Bucks for a quick second. But I had never been to a facility that had other businesses in the same place the facility was in. So that was just an adjustment. But obviously, there's been so much speculation about the San Francisco 49ers and then the electrical, interference and the power plant over there. Did that affect how you felt about the
I agree,
organization
Texas
coming
boy,
in, or
Mac,
did
B
that
Mac.
cross your
People
mind
might
at
not
all?
realize that, but it is like
Definitely
everything
crossed
is
my mind.
downhill.
I can't say for
Yeah.
sure whether it's true or not. I know that frequency or like it's super important. You know what I mean? Like your body's kind of like a giant antenna. I even looked at some of the stuff with like the water when bro was talking to the water and he froze it and like the snowflakes and the patterns and stuff like that. So I know like I can't say whether or not like it's concrete, but I know.
Sounds like they're talking about some hocus pocus over here in San Francisco. I don't know. I don't know what they talking about, man. All right, let me let you hear this last part where he talked about the Cowboys. Yeah, let me let you hear the last part where he talked about the Dallas Cowboys. Let's check this out.
More of a partnership now.
What are your goals for this season? Obviously, this organization is always looking for a Super Bowl, even with first off, did you see the schedule?
Yes.
You got any games that you got circled, any games that you're excited for? And I know, don't give me the cliche answer of, man, they're all important, because they're all important, they all matter, but sometimes some are mean a little more.
I mean, speaking to the rivalry, bro, this is a game that for a long time the game is it's the game that you got a picture on a dartboard and you throwing the knife at the picture. Now I just take down the picture and I put up the other picture and I'm on the other side of it, but the energy is exactly the same.
I like that. People don't understand how many, like, the San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys, that it used to be an old rivalry that was very intense, and it's become that again on both sides. I think there was some legit frustration, some legit anger, and now you're on the other side of that, and it's gonna be fireworks
For sure.
Oh man, I can't wait. You get to take that's football is the ultimate sport, because when you're frustrated.
Yeah, and again, that's why I was saying Osa didn't he ain't like D-Law. He didn't take no shots at the Cowboys, man, He just said he circled the game. I'm sure he's going to play hard when he sees the Cowboys, though. He's going to play extremely hard when he sees the Cowboys. I mean, sure, ex-team. I mean, why wouldn't you? I don't think it's going to work out for him, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to work out for him when he see the Cowboys, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be playing pretty hard. But, man, I'm telling you right now, Osa Odighizuwa's face. Wow, this dude, you could tell. This dude is hurt. What's going on, Mark Davis? He said, I've been missing out a few. Been trying to get my YouTube channel off the ground, but I'm in today. What's up, Mark Davis? Got a YouTube channel started. What's the YouTube channel? You doing Cowboys? Tatiana said his teeth are so big. Oh, that's what happened when you get money. Got them Hollywood teeth, Tatiana. That's what Shannon Sharp went and did. He got that big time money. All right, Mark Davis, you talking Cowboys or what are you talking? All right, so that is going to do it for our Osa Odighizuwa thing. Want to go ahead and get that out at the top of the show. But Osa Odighizuwa, he definitely seems to be hurt by leaving the Dallas Cowboys. Man, I would too. Shoot, I would too. Man, I'll be honest with you, all depending on where I was going. I would probably want to. Mark Davis, man, you know what's crazy? Mark Davis, I was just telling my son that me and him ought to start a fragrance channel, man. I was just telling my son that, my youngest son. Hey, give me the handle, man. Give us the handle to the fragrance channel. See if we can get you like a couple of hundred subscribers right off the top. Cause man, I love watching them fragrance channels, bro. Give us that handle, man. Mike Torres said, let's be real, G. You can put a decent player between Williams and Kenny. Oh, no doubt. Shoot. No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, he became expendable with Kenny Clark. And he really became expendable. He became expendable when they brought on Quentin Williams. I think that's probably where he saw the writing on the wall towards the latter part of the season. Yeah. Pickens, yeah, he got them nice ones too. Miss Matrix said, the weather is the singular thing I can say is better than Texas. Oh, yeah. You know, Miss Matrix, it's crazy because California got a lot of stuff going on. But as far as the weather goes, probably has the nicest weather in the United States. Poobie D, you know I know about the bow tie fragrance guy, man. Come on, man. No doubt about it. Yes, sir. No doubt about it, man. Yeah, Brandon, you pay for that good weather. I ain't doing it. I am not doing it. But yeah, Mark Davis, you know, make sure you throw that handle out there, man. We'll make sure we put it up there and make sure everybody go see if we can get you a couple of hundred people to go and subscribe to it, get it off the ground. I'm very interested to see you with them fragrances, man. You go see me. Trust me. You go see me in them comments, bro. You definitely go see me in them comments. All right, let's listen to Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith had some things to say about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to see if I can find this interview. I got a clip of it. It is from RJ Ochoa.
America's team.
So it looks like he actually interviewed Emmitt Smith. What does RJ Ochoa work for? It's either he works for someone or he has his own thing. Who does RJ Ochoa work for? Because I really want to see if I can get a hold of this entire Emmitt Smith interview. I really want to get a hold of the entire thing. And I didn't get a chance to look it up. I forgot who he worked. I'm gonna find out who he works for, or, you know, kind of whatever his own thing is. But I got this from RJ Ochoa. It's only 2 minutes. We're gonna check it out. Yeah, you ain't lying, hallelujah. Veneers cost too much. They cost too much, man. Yeah, they cost too much, man. They cost too much. I mean, you got to be one of them people making about $400,000 or $500,000 a year minimum. Man. Mike Torres, yes, sir. Hit that like button. Appreciate it. Mike Torres said, hit that like button, folks. 225 in here. 62 likes. Let's get them up. Let's get them likes up, y'all. Appreciate it. Let's get them likes up. What's going on, Ice Cold Cowboy? Mr. DJ C Smooth, he said, I just got back today from San Francisco this morning. They are doing blackouts because the wind gusts are so high. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Texas, man. I'm gonna stick with Texas. Ain't no doubt in my mind. I'm gonna stick with Texas. All right, so this is Emmitt Smith talking over here. RJ Ochoa. I'm gonna see if I can get the rest of this interview with him talking to Emmitt Smith. But this is what he had to say today. I was listening to him. It's about 2 minutes. Let's check this out.
250 years is not quite as long as America's team's drought has been. We're only at 30 years. So God willing, we don't get there. But I was, looking at some of the interviews you did back at the Super Bowl, Emmitt, and among them, you noted that what the Cowboys did this offseason was going to tell you a lot. Was going to tell you, I don't want to speak for you, but was going to tell you everything. Based on everything that we've seen, we're talking on May the 12th right now, just for full context. Are you pleased? Do you feel like, and again, not to speak for anyone else, your buddy Darren Woodson did an interview recently where he said it seems like things are different. Have you seen what you need to see? Do you feel like things are different? Your thoughts on the Cowboys as we enter the summer months?
I think as we enter the summer months, things do feel a little bit different. They've went ahead and did some things to bolster up the defense, which I feel very good about. The key from this point forth, I believe, and I think we've done with the George Pickens stuff.
Okay, let's handle this in phases. I really think Emmitt Smith is saying what a lot of us are saying. The Cowboys needed to address defense. They did it. They addressed defense. They absolutely addressed it. Cowboys addressed defense in free agency. I think the two biggest pickups in free agency, probably Jalen Thompson, Kobe Durant, maybe even Otito Ogbonnia, depending upon who you might ask. Then they went in the draft. They went and got Caleb Downs. They went and got Jay Sean. They went and got Malachi Lawrence. I mean, the Cowboys went and got LT Overton. They went and got Devin Moore. I mean, the Cowboys, they went bonkers in the draft as it applies to defense. Got some very good defensive pieces. So now he talks about the George Pickens piece. And Emmitt Smith he's been kind of adamant about this from the get-go, about not extending George Pickens, but rather letting him play one more year on the tag. So this is kind of where he is. So, and now that the Cowboys have gotten George Pickens to sign the tag, Emmitt Smith is saying everything is going pretty copacetic.
Which I feel very good about. The key from this point forth, I believe, and I think we've done with the George Pickens stuff.
Yep.
I think we got George Pickens signed under a franchise tag and so forth, which is the right thing to do, in my opinion. And now you're taking away the sting of what will the Cowboys do? You're taking all the distractions off the table and giving the kids and the guys an opportunity to stay focused and locked in on the things that are very, very important. And that is not only learning the system, gelling as an offense and a defense and a special teams unit, but coming together as a team, fighting for one goal. And one goal in mind is to win the NFC East with an opportunity to get into the playoff and earn the right to go to the NFC Championship game. And there you earn the right to go to the Super Bowl.
Me and Emmitt Smith, we've been pretty much the same. We've been pretty much the same on saying some of this stuff, but I want a very boring and quiet offseason for the Cowboys. And even with everything we have going on with George Pickens, it has actually been exactly that. It's been exactly that, man. It's been, all of the drama is coming from people outside of the Cowboys organization. I'm not really concerned about the drama that comes from outside of the organization. I'm more concerned about the drama that comes from the inside of the organization. And that's the best thing that we got going on. It's all good. It's all good inside of the organization. And I am so glad that the Cowboys team, they are going to get an opportunity to have a pretty quiet all football off season. All right, Mark Davis, his fragrance channel is called Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to that. Looking forward to watching that, watching Mark get that really kicked off. Oh, I see you, Mark. Boy, you got videos up too. I see you. Hold on a second. All right, let's check this out, man. For all of you fragrance lovers, we're going to try to get Mark Top Flight Fragrance up here over the next week. Mark, make sure you always remind us. We're going to try to get this up over the next week. We're going to try to get Mark Davis's channel up. Mark Davis right now, 13 subscribers. Let's see if we can get him about 100 subscribers today. It would be great. All right, I got you, Mark. You up to 14. Let's go. Let's go, Mark Davis, Top Flight Fragrance. I am over here on the site right now. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to Mark Davis. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Absolutely love it. Looks like right now you got just short forms right now, just doing shorts, Mark Davis. Yes, sir, Mark Davis. I'm really appreciative. Yes, sir. Hey, man, you know I got you, man. You know I got you. Part of the family. Yes, sir. We're gonna try to get them subs up, man. Get them subs up. Y'all make sure, hey, if you love the fragrance game, even if you don't love the fragrance game, let's support one of our community members. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. All right, Mark, you just gonna do shorts? Okay, you just gonna do shorts right now. Okay. All right, just gonna do shorts right now. All right, sounds good. Sounds good, my brother. All right, Mark Top Flight Fragrance. What's going on, Tavares Worley? All right, so again, man, RJ Ochoa got Emmitt Smith on, and I think Emmitt is saying a lot of the right things. I mean, the Cowboys they're not dealing with a lot of drama. Not dealing with a lot of drama. Any drama is coming from outside of the organization, and so the good thing is they're not listening to anybody outside of the organization, I can promise you. They're not listening to a lot of that stuff. They turn that stuff off, man. They turn that stuff off. Texas boy B Mac Mackey. G, you a real one for that. Oh, no doubt, man. It's family. It's family, man. Any of y'all ever got a YouTube channel? You want to get that thing, get some subscribers? Hey, man, I'll put you out here to the family. No doubt. Put you out here to the family. So the Cowboys, man, they've done some good things. Let's hear the rest of this. I'm gonna see if I can catch this entire thing and bring it back tomorrow. Let's see.
And so if that focus right now is where we are and it's quiet, to me, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. That means that all the noise, all the chatter, everyone's talking about this and that has nothing to do with what's going on in that locker room. And right now, all focus and all eyes should be what's going on in that locker room. And so I feel like, Darren Woodson, things do feel a little bit different. We did get some quality players in the draft. I think the Cowboys did a very good job of jumping up and grabbing the guy that we gathered in the first couple rounds. And so I feel good about where things are.
Yeah. Yep. I feel really good where the Cowboys are, too. The only thing we got to do now is get it on the field and see what these coaches are. Get it on the field, see what these coaches are. But I like it, man. It's been very quiet. It's exactly how I wanted it. I wanted a very quiet and boring offseason. And so it looks like we're getting that. I absolutely love it. Let me throw up Mark Top Flight Fragrance one more time. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Let's get them subs up. If you like fragrance, Mark Top Flight Fragrance got us. He got us. Let's go. Let's go. I like it, Mark. I like it. Yeah. Fragrance game, man. Them ladies love the fragrance game. Man, let me tell you something. Hallelujah, man. You tell your homegirl, be careful, man. I heard I was watching some videos about some people that went to Europe and got them implants. Man, them folks be crying like babies talking about how bad that stuff is after about a month or two. Man, let me tell you something. You get what you pay for. man, you get what you pay for, man. Better be careful. You get what you get what you pay for. Hey, Bazzi, he said drafting Caleb Downs is the first thing from a boring offseason. Now, I don't mean boring like that. I want it to be all football. Yeah, because getting Caleb Downs was exciting. Getting Jalen Thompson was exciting. Very exciting. I love it. What's up, USMC? Salute. What's going on? God bless. Yes, sir. All right, and so Emmitt Smith, I think he's feeling like quite a few of us. And I'm gonna tell you right now, man, some of us as content creators, you know, we're used to a lot of the drama with the Cowboys, and so, you know, in times past there was always a lot of stories. But I'm telling you right now, man, if you're gonna do Cowboys now, nah, you're gonna have to get, hey, you're gonna have to really you're gonna have to really do some research and really find some good stories out there, because it's just not coming from the Cowboys right now. It's just not. I love it. Texas boy, hey, let me tell you something, Texas boy B-Mac. Man, I've been saying this since last year. I've been putting the Cowboys on that 1990s barometer. And I'm feeling like it's 1992 right now. I'm feeling kind of 92-ish. And I don't think the Cowboys are done. I don't think they're done. I think they're going to continue to build this team. We done boys, yeah, this offseason is exciting. Yeah, it is. Hey, yeah, I know what I know what you mean too, Baz. You know what it is. I know, hey, we know what it is. Yeah, but hey, man, it's Bazzy. Tell me if you feel the same way. It's good to be excited about football only for a change. Dare I say again, the Dallas Cowboys are being ran like a regular organization. They're being ran like a regular organization, guys. Frank Lawrence, not lamenting Osa. I'm a Jayshon Barham fan. Hey, let me tell you something, Frank Lawrence. Hey, man. What's his name? Hey. DeMarion Overshown, bro. You better be on his P's and Q's. Cowboys got some people in this thing. Hey, they got some people on this team that want to play. Not only do they want to play, they want to win. I mean, the Cowboys got some really good players on this team now. We just got to see it on the field. Man, I'm telling you right now, this has to be one of the best drafts we've seen in a long time. Yeah, Derek Jones, I heard it's hot over there, man. I had a homeboy lived over there. Well, he said Arizona's a different kind of heat, bro. But he liked it over there. It's a different kind of heat. Man, who putting raisins in the cornbread, man? Who putting raisins in the cornbread, man? You can't be putting raisins in the cornbread, man.
I really hadn't. And
can't be putting raisins in the cornbread. All right, this is Kay over here on Up and Adams. She brings on James Palmer. Oh, okay, he works for the Bleacher Report. Got you. He works for the Bleacher Report. All right, he's talking about this thing with George Pickens. And this is why I say, man, a lot of people, the drama is coming from outside of the organization. There's no drama in the inside of the organization, so I'm good to go. Cowboy Mike 32, I'm going to tell you right now, if we get to the NFC Championship game, we're going to the Super Bowl. And I think there's a good chance, because I said it last year, and I'm going to stick to my prognostication. I believe the Cowboys will be in the Super Bowl this year, no later than next year. 2026, no later than 2027. And I believe the Super Bowl that we're going to get, the Buffalo Bills versus the Dallas Cowboys. I believe that's what we're going to get. What is going on, Joe Trenchina from Italy? What is going on? Mark Davis said, man, I'm finna post a lot more. I'm still learning how to work this internet YouTube thing. I'm learning watching you. Hey, for real. Hey, man. Glad, bro. Yes, sir. Happy for you, man. Journey gonna be great. Once you gonna get there too. You watch what I tell you. Texas boy B said, hey, I remember those games. Texas Stadium, the field was as hard as a parking lot, but the atmosphere was the best. Rest in heaven, Crazy Ray, man. Yeah, I remember Crazy Ray. Tatiana said, Gino, my shouters need to leave Dak life alone. Hey, Tatiana, I don't know. You know what? I ain't got too much to say about Dak. Dak knows how to manage being a playboy. That's all I'm going to tell you, Tatiana. Dak Prescott knows how to manage being a playboy. That's all I'm going to tell you. He knows how to manage it. He been a playboy, so it is what it is. I don't think it's going to affect anything he's doing on the football field. I don't. Yeah, Dak gonna be fine. He gonna be fine. What's going on, TME Greatness? We them boys. Well, first, we them boys. We'll look, we'll talk about that schedule just a little bit. We them boys. First, before we get past the first round, let us get past this schedule. And I believe, as I told y'all the other day, it's that middle part of the season that's going to determine whether or not the Cowboys are going to the playoffs. And I do believe they're going. Mills said he sees the Seattle Seahawks. No, I don't think they're going again. I don't see the Seattle Seahawks going again, nor do I see the Kansas City Chiefs getting back in there no time soon. I don't. Their team has the Kansas City Chiefs team has continued to go down. It's continued to go down, and they didn't do anything in the draft nor free agency that makes me think otherwise. I believe the Seattle Seahawks, I believe they were a one-hit wonder. Don't see it happening. Yep, I think it's going to be the Cowboys. I see it being the Cowboys, the Rams, Buffalo Bills, or I got to do a little bit more looking at the AFC. But I do think that it is getting about time for Dak Prescott. I do believe it's getting about time for Dak Prescott and Josh Allen to get to a Super Bowl. And I think it's going to happen. And I think they're going to get there together. Yeah, I think those two are going to get there together. But we first got to get past this schedule. Got to get past this schedule. Yeah, hey, what's going on, Lou? Hey, I appreciate Boss Cowboy. Yeah, Boss Cowboy, man, he OG in the game, man. Yeah, he OG in the game. No doubt about it. Great in the community. Frank Lawrence. Yes, sir. Hit that like button. Hit that super chat. Let's go. Appreciate you, Frank Lawrence. Ice cold. The only thing I like on my cornbread is beans. That's it. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is, man. Give me some beans, as long as they ain't lima beans. As long as it ain't lima beans. Tatiana said the Chiefs wide receiver in jail. They just hadn't done anything. I think it's going to be, I'm telling you, I got a feeling the Cowboys and the Bills are going to break through at the same time. I believe they're going to break through at the same time. Buffalo Bills versus the Dallas Cowboys. It is time for Dak Prescott and Josh Allen to break through. It is time. It is time, and they're putting pieces in place. Both of these teams are putting pieces in place. It is time for both of them, to get to the Super Bowl. It is. Hallelujah. You said they're killing you like R. Kelly, man. Yes, sir. Hey, it's all good, TME Greatness. It's tough out there right now, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, TME Greatness. Appreciate you. Yeah, I know. I know you for real. I know you for real. I know it. Yeah, you for real. I know it. They just not the same. They're just not the same. All right, hold on. Let's listen to James Palmer talk about George Pickens. And this is what makes me really excited about the Cowboys, because all of the noise comes from the outside. And as far as content creators and some of the things that we come up with and some, other content, that's not really noise. That's not really noise, because that doesn't affect the team. That's just the community talking about things of what they think that can make the team better and win. So that stuff isn't noise. But the Cowboys aren't giving the media let me tell you something. They ain't giving the media no crumbs, man. Cowboys are not giving the media no crumbs right now. I mean, content creators, the good thing about content creators is that we're our own bosses. So we can find whatever stories we want to, talk about any subjects that we want to. I mean, the only people pockets that we're affecting is our own. But when you get people and they work for networks and radio stations and whatever organization, man, the pressure is on for them to come up with stories. And so for them, boy, the Cowboys ain't giving no crumbs. Content creators, man, I'll be honest with you. a lot of the content creators out here, man, a lot of us are pretty creative. A lot of us are pretty creative and kind of keep the Cowboys fan bases and, kind of keep the fan base as engaged as we can, breaking every little bitty thing. So we can do that with no pressure other than, it's just our own pockets. But as far as the media out there, shoot, man, let me tell you, boy, Cowboys ain't giving no crumbs, man. They ain't giving no crumbs, boy. They ain't giving no crumbs out there, man. I'm loving it. Now, again, Mills, I agree with you on this, though. We're going to see what happens. Actually, I don't think we're going to have to wait to July. I think the first mandatory thing the Cowboys have is in June. I think Georgia's going to be at that because Dak Prescott all but said it. He's going to be here for everything that he has to be here for. He signed the tag, and he's going to be here for everything he's supposed to be here for. Yeah, man. Hey, Bass, I know, man. Content creators is one of the worst things that happened to the 3 and 4 letter networks, man. One of the worst things that happened to them. Absolutely. All right, let's check out James. Let's check out James Palmer.
If you had to put a percentage on it right now, how likely is it that he actually gives him that deal?
I think it's close to zero.
Zero.
I really do. I haven't heard anything from that.
So he's saying that there is zero chance the Cowboys extend George Pickens. I don't believe that. He says there's zero chance. I don't believe it.
That building during this entire time, Jones's eye.
How is what this guy from the Jets doing not pass interference? But what is pass interference anymore? What is it? Because, man, this dude is, man.
Giving that much money to CeeDee Lamb at the top of the wide receiver market, Dak Prescott at the top of the quarterback market, and those are three. Like, that's a difficult thing to do. They even were having that conversation when they were looking to pay Micah a year ago, and Micah's on the other side of the ball. And just that percentage on 3 players. So I think that
this is the part where I disagree with anyone talking about the money. I don't think the money is the issue of paying George Pickens. I do not believe it's the money. They can absolutely afford George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Stop it, man. Stop it. Stop the cap, bruh. Stop the cap. I don't think this is a money issue for the Cowboys and George. I don't think it's a money issue. They could literally extend George Pickens, go back, extend CeeDee Lamb, redo the deal to where it would even just be more money down the road. Man, I'm not caring nothing about 2029 and 2030. All I'm concerned about is the Cowboys getting a Super Bowl this year or next. That's all I'm worried about. Man, when you go all in, this is what you do. Howie Roseman does it all the time. Howie Roseman does this all the time. Not only can they afford them, what really destroys this entire argument is, aren't they going to have Pickens on a franchise tag this year? Yeah, exactly. They're already going to pay George $27 million off the rip. $27 million. You can't tell me they can't pay both of them when that's exactly what they're going to have to do to keep both of them. Don't make sense when they say it. Bazzy9 said this is why Jerry traded Michael so we could afford to do things like this. Hey, man. I agree, Bazzy. By not signing Michael Parsons, you got quite a bit. You can still go and redo Quinnen Williams' contract, which I think they will do. You can redo Kenny Clark's contract. You can do all kinds of things. It just all depends on the circumstance of what's going on. Wait a minute, what, Ice Cold? You said you heard Jones. Wait a minute, what you talking about? He bought him a brand new ladder. What that mean? You said he bought him a brand new ladder.
The $27 million in the tag was always kind of the plan. They think they could have the best offense in football this year, and I don't think they're speaking out of turn by thinking that with CD and with George and Ferguson and Dak, and if people stay healthy on the offensive line, and if they
Mills, I've already told you. You gonna call me a prophet. I believe they're getting ready to redo Dak Prescott's deal. I'm telling you, they're getting ready to redo it. If I'm not mistaken, Dak Prescott's cap hit next year is what, $72 million? Do we really believe Dak Prescott is going to be a $72 million cap hit? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. They're going to extend Dak Prescott. They're going to extend him because the way you push money into the void years, I don't know if you can push. I don't know how you do all of this. I just don't know if they can push that much money into the void years. I mean, I guess you can do whatever you want to do. But if you're going to do it like that, if you're just going to keep pushing money into the void years, you're talking about $72 million. Man, go ahead and extend Dak Prescott and be through with this nonsense. Dak Prescott is going to retire a Dallas Cowboy. It's the only way I think. It's the only way this was always supposed to happen. The way they fixed Dak Prescott's contract was the way it was supposed to be. It was made to extend. It was never meant to get from up under. Got your ice cold. I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Dak is getting extended. And that's going to make all of this make sense. Once they extend Dak, and I wouldn't be surprised if they extended Lamb and did some different things with his contract. Got to redo Bland's contract. Man, let me tell you something. Bland better play out of his mind this year. DeRon Bland better play out of his mind this year. And I got a feeling Devin Moore is about to push him. I really do. I think Devin Moore is about to push this man. I could see the Cowboys doing something with Bland's contract. I could even see the Cowboys trading Bland if they could find a way to do it. Bass said, they can push as much money in the void years as they want. They're still paying Zeke, Zach Martin, and Gallup. Yeah. And that's why, for me, Bass, it don't make sense. You're just going to have to extend Dak Prescott, bottom line. Tatiana said, if Pickens plays well, you think teams will be calling after year 2? I do. Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Then it's just going to be a matter of what they're offering the Dallas Cowboys. And Tatiana, this is going to work out for the Dallas Cowboys, because next year the Cowboys still own those rights. If George goes out and balls out this year and the Cowboys decide they're not going to extend him, well, I have a feeling they're going to get some very good draft capital. I do. Mark Davis said, man, Bland going to have to show something. Boy, you ain't lying. Boy, you ain't lying, man. Let's hear the rest of what James says here.
Play decent defense. They're like a good team, like not historically bad defense. And they think they can do that. So I just think they need to see more. I think there's been some conversations about, like, what if we traded and what could we get? I think those have been more frequent than a contract extension.
Now, see, next year, the Cowboys, if Pickens, and I don't think Pickens, y'all don't get this twisted. Don't let people fool you. Pickens doesn't have to get or match what he did last year, because I don't know if he can match it. We got to understand, how did George Pickens wind up with so many yards? CeeDee Lamb was injured. And so with Lamb injured, George Pickens came in and showed out. But if Lamb is healthy the entire year, I'm not sure I expect 1,400-something yards. Because I want Ferg to play better. Trigg is here. I want to see them do some things differently. So I could see maybe 1,200 to 1,300 yards for both George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Somebody might be at 13, the other one might be at 11, or whatever the case may be. Teams will do more to stop both of them this year, especially with the caliber of teams that we're playing. We're actually going to be playing against teams that will have defenses that a couple of those defenses may actually be able to, one, take away both George and CD, and two, get to the quarterback. So we're going to be playing some teams that's got some pretty decent defenses this year. So we're going to see what's going to happen. But yeah, Bland going to have to show something. Oh, Tatiana, Hooker good as gone. I'll tell you now. Hooker gone. Hooker is gone. I see his playtime getting severely reduced. Severely reduced. All right. So I don't know who this guy is. I mean, football players, you don't hardly recognize them outside of uniforms. You don't hardly recognize them. But this guy here, this is a guy I was telling you about a couple of days ago, and he was talking about the Cowboys are going to be contenders.
You better book it.
Yeah, he using my favorite word, book it. Let me see, who is this guy? Let me see if I got the right one.
My team, you better book it. They're going to do big things this year. And this is the Dallas Cowboys. And here's why.
Yeah, whoever this guy is, hold on. Y'all tell me. Maybe y'all recognize this guy. Who is this guy?
My team, you better book it. They're going to do big things this year. And this is the Dallas Cowboys. And here's why. Their offense might be one of the more deadlier offenses in the National Football League in terms of explosive playmakers and consistency. They can run the football. Javonte Williams had a big resurgence type of season a year ago. And then offensively, the passing game, I think Dak Prescott would be in that MVP conversation from start to finish. And then defensively, right, they just got to get a tad bit better. They allowed over 30 points a ball game last year. I can tell you this much, that will not be the case this year when you look at the personnel they've added to their arsenal on the defensive side, along with their new defensive coordinator as well. So just improving a little bit on the defensive side will put them in positions to win the games they did not win last year, and they will find a way to be extremely relevant in their division. And I'm telling you this right now, Tommy Norris, you can go ahead and purchase your playoff tickets.
Okay, that is who? McFadden. McFadden from the Steelers. He called the Cowboys his team.
For the Dallas Cowboys. And you heard what I said, purchase. You know what that means? They will have a home playoff game. That means they will win the division. So shouts out to Tommy. Purchase your tickets now. Shouts out to Landman. They will have a home playoff game there in Dallas.
Wow. 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 This man said the Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. They will have a home game. They will have a home game in the playoffs. Wow. I can see it. Okay, Dave M., he said that is Brian McFadden, former Steelers corner. Well, he must love him some Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? He said, my team is the Dallas Cowboys. And they were probably asking him, like, which team do he see going to the playoffs? So, yeah, the name sounds familiar, Bernard Fields. So, man, I'm excited for the Cowboys. It's gonna be a great, man. I am so excited for the Cowboys. I'm not just excited for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm excited for the Dallas Cowboy fans. I'm excited for the Dallas Cowboy fans that are younger than me, who were not alive at a time to where they could really enjoy the 90s Cowboys. They couldn't enjoy the 90s Cowboys. You know, I'm old enough. I enjoyed some of the 70s Cowboys, even though I was not even a teenager at the time. But, man, people were big on the Cowboys in the 70s. So even at, 7 and 8 years old, you just knew what it was with the Cowboys. But the 90s, man, it was a great time to be a Cowboys fan. Boy, it's nothing like knowing you have a team so dominant that nobody can beat you. I mean, there was rarely a question about the Cowboys from 92 to 95. It was rarely a question. Rarely a question. Tatiana, hey, JCT Slice must be busy. Yeah, Mike Torres said those were the days. We them boys. I'm excited for our defense. Me too. And we them boys, I don't think the Cowboys are done. I just don't think they're done. I don't think the Cowboys are done. I believe they are going to try their best that right before the season start, I will not be surprised if the Cowboys spring on us one more great player. One more great player. I won't. I will not be surprised. Just one. But I'm not going to be surprised if they add a couple of more people to the fray. I'm not going to be surprised. I will not be surprised if they do add a Von Miller. I won't be surprised if they do something like that. I won't be surprised just depending upon what's going on out there post June 1st. I think there are going to be some shockers in the next couple of weeks. There are going to be some players that are going to get cut that's going to have Cowboys Nation going crazy talking about getting those players. I think they're going to be going crazy. I'm also excited for as it applies to the trade deadline, because depending upon where the Cowboys are at the trade deadline, I could see them adding some more firepower if necessary. If the Cowboys feel like they're just that close, I believe they will say, forget 2027, and they'll be willing to give up another pick, to get a player. I believe they will. Shoot, DeVaris, you better tell him. Took John Elway 14 years. Better tell him. The Undertaker said, I got to walk in a wheelchair. Hey, I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all, man. Yeah, that boy Elway, it took him forever to get that, man. Mike Torres. I'm not going to be surprised if the Cowboys add a Von Miller. I'll tell you another person that I think the Cowboys, Bernard Fields. I'm telling you now, I believe the Cowboys are going to circle the block on Jordan Brooks. I believe they're going to circle the block. They've already done it 3 times now. I believe they're going to circle the block again on Jordan Brooks. I believe the Cowboys believe if they get Jordan Brooks, he will complete. If they get Jordan Brooks, the defense is complete. You get D. Winters, Jordan Brooks, Rashawn Gary, Jayshawn Barham, Donovan Ezaraku. I mean, you got all of these guys. Demarion Overshown. Hey, man, the defense would be complete. It absolutely would be. It would be complete. I'm going to show y'all something too, man. I really believe a lot of people are wrong on Brian Schottenheimer. I've heard people talk about this whole thing about Brian Schottenheimer. We've been talking about this. We want to see some improvements from Brian Schottenheimer in year 2. Well, I'm going to show you why Dallas Cowboy fans should be encouraged about Brian Schottenheimer. Y'all might not remember, but I did this last year. Because I was telling people what to expect from Brian Schottenheimer. And people were like, yeah, he's going to be this guy. He's going to run the ball. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. I'm going to tell you something about Brian Schottenheimer. When DK Metcalf came to town, with the Seattle Seahawks, I'm telling y'all, man, Brian Schottenheimer's offense changed when he got DK Metcalf. It changed. It absolutely changed. And rather than him going more to the run, because a lot of people are like, yeah, he's going to be more run heavy this year. Man, I got news for us. When DK Metcalf came to town, them boys went almost Air Coryell on people, man. They were going to the air. I'm going to show you something about. I'm going to show you what happened to Russell Wilson. See if I can pull it up. I want to show you in particular. I want to show you Russell Wilson. Let me show you what happened to Russell Wilson in that stint with Brian Schottenheimer. Because this is what got Russell Wilson the deal in Denver. I want you to look at this. This is what happened with Brian Schottenheimer. 3 years in Seattle. Y'all remember the whole thing about let Russ cook? That was Brian Schottenheimer. The first year, I want you to look at the first year Brian Schottenheimer was there, I believe it was 2018. Brian Schottenheimer, Russell Wilson went 10-6, 427 attempts, 280 completions, 65%. He was 3,448 yards, 35 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. But look at what happened in Russell Wilson's second year. Brian Schottenheimer, and I'm praying that he does the same thing in Dallas. Brian Schottenheimer actually turned up the offense, and the running game actually went down. The passing game increased because he had Lockett and he had DK Metcalf. And so they won one extra game. His completions went up. I mean, you're talking about an extra 60 completions. Look at the pass attempts. He went up almost 100 pass attempts. Completion percentage, 66.1. He went up 600 yards almost, 4,110 yards. Then, when he got to the third year with Russell, they went from 11-5 to 12-4. And the pass production turned up even more. 558 attempts, 384 completions, 68.8 completion percentage, 4,200 yards. Look at the amount of touchdowns. I think CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are better than Lockett and Metcalf. I'm telling y'all, man, don't think the Cowboys, just because they extended Javonte Williams, that they're going to run the ball even more. Y'all, I'm just telling you about Brian Schottenheimer. He turned it up year 2. He turned it up. I will not be surprised if he turns it up in year 2. If he turns it up. Because if you ask me, Brian Schottenheimer looked I've heard people call him like master play caller. And he looked pretty vanilla to me. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I thought he looked pretty vanilla. I mean, he said, yeah, we're going to be very vanilla. I mean, I don't recall them getting out of vanilla. I thought what they did offensively was more about the skills of Dak Prescott that we have seen over and over, no matter what the combination of receivers have been. We've been seeing Dak Prescott throw for 4,000 plus yards, 30 plus touchdowns, less than 10 interceptions. We've been seeing Dak Prescott do that at multiple times in his career with lesser combination of receivers than what we are watching. I mean, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. If this is the last year that Dak is going to have that combination, this may very well be the best wide receiver combination he's ever had. I just don't know if you can get any better than that. Can you get any better than George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb? Man, that is tough. That is absolutely tough to do. The only way you get better than CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens is improve the third wide receiver and the tight end spot and add a second, maybe running back that can do a little something different than Javonte Williams. But we've seen Dak do more with less. Brian Schottenheimer, year 2 in the offense. George Pickens, year 2 in the offense. Javonte Williams, year 2 in the offense. Now you got Michael Trigg. Hopefully Ferguson said he's getting in the best shape of his life. Well, I'm just telling you, Ferg, we need more than what you gave us last year, bro. Need more than what you gave us last year. Hopefully we put Kevontae Turpin back as the gadget guy. Move him back to the gadget guy. We don't need Turpin playing in the backfield and playing the third wide receiver 100% of the time. Nope, we need to move him back to the gadget guy. Let him do what he did against the Washington Redskins. Put him in the game, let him run a post and hit him up the middle. Let him use his speed. Brian Schottenheimer has a plethora of weapons, y'all. He still don't know what to do with Hunter Lipke. Shotty got a plethora of weapons, man. He got a plethora of weapons. Big Amish, let me tell you something. This was one of the weaknesses of the Cowboys offense this year. I just didn't think their screen game was good enough. And I really believe if you want a screen game, Jaden Blue. The Cowboys have got to put Jaden Blue back to doing what he did in Texas. Don't get Jaden Blue from Texas and then start trying to turn him into Javonte Williams. No, you let Jaden Blue in Dallas do what he did in Texas. Line him up in the slot. Give him quick pitches. Get him to the outside. Get him in the screen game. Get him down the field. You got to do this for this guy, Jaden Blue. Don't try to turn Jaden Blue into a big back when that's not what he is. What are you doing? You need a change up on this offense. You got to do some things different. Oh, yeah, I heard. You know what? I'm going to get that for us tomorrow. Yeah, I saw John Harbaugh. Yeah, he feeling real good about himself in the NFC East, but he going to find out NFC East ain't what he think it is. You know, it ain't what he think it is. He ain't faced Dak Prescott twice a year, but he going to face him. Yeah, he going to face him this coming year twice. He going to face Dak with a defense that can actually do something. He going to face him, and we're going to see what it is. Big Amish said we also need the tight end halfback group to step it up for the screens. Man, I think Jaden Blue is going to be your key. That's not what Javonte Williams does. But again, maybe they can acclimate that into his game. Attention, Lipke for screens. I would be lining Lipke up in the slot. I would be lining him up. I would be lining him up in the I would be lining him up at the tight end spot. I would use Lipke all kinds of ways. Tatiana, I'm very interested now. You said CeeDee Lamb it responded. I got to see that. I'm just telling us, man. For people who are expecting the Cowboys to take a step back offensively, when we can clearly see that the Cowboys didn't even do all that they could do offensively, I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know what those people are looking at. There was so much room for improvement on the Dallas Cowboys offense. How many drives stalled? How many times did we mess up in the red zone? Screen game, trash. Allowed 2 games for George Pickens to get shut down because the only thing we were running him with was slants. No, Brian, you got to get a lot more creative, bro. People will be coming to play the Cowboys saying, we're not only going to take away George Pickens, we're going to take away CeeDee Lamb too. And we're going to make them beat us with whatever is left. Well, you got to get whatever you have left ready. You got to get it ready. I'm expecting Ryan Flanoy to take another step this year. And I mean a big-time step. I'm expecting him to take a big-time step. Javonte Williams just need to be Javonte Williams. He was fine. We got to figure out who is the number 2 running back. Is the number 2 running back on the team? And if not, then we'll go out there and get one. Let's go out there and get one. But I'm telling us, man. This offense only scratched the surface, if you ask me. And I don't understand. You know, people got to help me out. I don't understand why they were so enamored by Dak Prescott's numbers. We've seen Dak do. I mean, I don't understand. We've seen Dak do this multiple times. Not once, not twice. I mean, when you do something more than 3 times, come on, man. Dak Prescott has been him. He's been him. Under 4 different coaches, Dak Prescott has been him. I mean, people are acting like Dak Prescott throwing. Dak Prescott last year threw for 4,500 yards. We've seen Dak do this multiple times. Dak Prescott way back in 2019, 4,900 yards. Dak Prescott in 2021, 4,483. That's basically 4,500 yards. 2023, 4,500 yards. 2025, 45. The only time, if you will notice, that Dak doesn't really throw 4,500 yards is when he's injured. 2020, injury. 2022, injury. 2024, injury. Dak been him. He been him. There is no way. I just don't see how people keep saying, yeah, I expect the Cowboys offense to take a step back. Why? How do you take a step back with George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb? How? They're both in their prime. You're not talking about a prime CD and a rookie wide receiver. You're talking about prime George Pickens playing for a big-time deal and CeeDee Lamb in his prime. How do you take a step backwards? I don't get it. Somebody got to explain it to me. It don't make sense to me. I don't understand. When people start saying this, I'm like, if this offense regresses, I'm sorry. Jerry Jones needs to immediately fire Brian Schottenheimer as the offensive coordinator. Not as the coach, as the offensive coordinator. He needs to immediately go do the same thing he did in 1992. Go get North Turner. Go get an offensive-minded offense coordinator to coach that offense that's that high power. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There is no way. I don't see how do you take a step backwards when the weapons that you have on the offense are only going to be more comfortable and better. And if the defense is anywhere near what we're saying it's going to be, and guys, I don't think any of us are expecting the Cowboys defense to be top 10. I don't think any of us are expecting that. But I do think we're expecting it to be average. And that it's going to stop some teams on third downs. It's going to get more turnovers, get more quarterback pressures, get to the quarterback more. I think we're all expecting that just based on the fact that even the defense got better defensive players. The defense got better players too. Defense got better players too. Absolutely. I see no reason for the Dallas Cowboys offense to take a step back, especially if we're expecting the defense to take a step forward. Again, don't want to put too much on Christian Parker. Christian Parker got better players than he's got better players than Matt Eberflus had. I do. I believe he has better players. Not only do I think he has better players, but I think he has a better connection with the players. So I think that's going to help out. I want to look at something else too, because I was thinking about this the other day. When you think about Mike Nolan with the Cowboys, you know, a lot of people don't realize, man, that Mike Nolan was really up against the wall when he came to the Dallas Cowboys. A lot of people don't realize that it was a COVID year. And Mike Nolan actually had to implement a defense basically through television monitors. I mean, online. So Mike Nolan didn't get a chance to. Mike Nolan, I believe, suffered from that COVID year. And if you even look at the Mike Nolan defense, the Mike Nolan defense got better as the season went on. It did. Mike Nolan's defense actually got better. It got better as that year went on. And so I'm expecting Christian Parker to not be as bad as Matt Eberflus was in his first year, to not be as bad as Nolan was in his first year, and to not even be as bad as Mike Zimmer started out when he was here in 2024. I'm really expecting Christian Parker to start out pretty even, start out pretty good with the Cowboys. Again, not expecting top 10. It wouldn't surprise me if it was top 10, but I'm not expecting it. But I'm also not expecting number 32. I'm not expecting number 32. Dominique said, I don't think it could get any worse after Nolan, and then we got Flus. Yeah. But you know, Dominique, Parker seems to have something that both of them didn't have. Nolan couldn't get a connection with the defense because it was a COVID year, and everybody know how that was crazy. Matt Eberflus couldn't get a connection with the team, the defense, because that's just Matt Eberflus. I mean, Matt Eberflus seems like a great teacher, just doesn't seem like he's got a whole bunch of personality. I mean, he was already having problems with the Chicago Bears. His problems, man. Chicago Bears are having major problems. And so now, Christian Parker seems to be closer to what Dan Quinn was. Dan Quinn came to the Dallas Cowboys. Dan Quinn hit the ground running. And the reason why Dan Quinn hit the ground running is because Dan Quinn is a person that builds relationships with players. He does. That is one thing I will give Dan Quinn. Problem is, I think Dan Quinn is kind of bad at picking personnel. I think he's kind of bad at picking personnel. So, and I think that Dan Quinn benefited. I want y'all to think about how the Dan Quinn defense and the Dan Quinn transition looks similar to the transition from Mike Nolan to Dan Quinn. When Dan Quinn takes over for the Cowboys, I think they gave him he got a few players. Let me make sure it's something. So let me show y'all something that happened to Dan Quinn. Something happened to Dan Quinn that is similar to what's happening to Christian Parker. What happened in 2021? Let me give y'all a hint. Hold on a second. Let me pull up a couple of things here. I'm going to show you something, man. I'm going to tell you, man, when you start thinking about things, let me show you what happened to Dan Quinn. And before I show y'all what happened to Dan Quinn, what happened to Dan Quinn in his first year with the Cowboys that is similar to what is now or what has just happened to Christian Parker in his first season with the Cowboys? Let me give y'all a hint. Who is the player in this year's draft that everybody is going banana bonkers over? Who is the defensive player? I mean, this is a simple one, isn't it? Who is the defensive player this draft that everybody went crazy for when the Cowboys got him in this year's draft? This year's draft. Who is the defensive player everybody's ecstatic about? Caleb Downs. Hold on. How is this similar? How is this now similar to what happened to Dan Quinn in 2021? Anybody want to take a wild guess at the player that Dan Quinn got in 2021, his first year with the Cowboys? Anybody want to take a guess? Who was the player? 2021, Dan Quinn's first year with the Dallas Cowboys. Guess who it was? Look at this. None other than Michael Parsons. Micah Parsons fell to Dallas in 2021. Caleb Downs falls to the Dallas Cowboys in 2026. Mike Nolan's defense was absolutely atrocious. Dan Quinn comes in with Micah Parsons. Hold on, had Trayvon Diggs Trayvon Diggs was drafted, I believe, in 2020. So Dan Quinn gets second year Trayvon Diggs, gets first year Micah Parsons. Let me see. Let me do a little bit more here. Let me see. So just think about this. The Dallas Cowboys did something similar. In 2021, they came back and had a better draft than they did up under Mike Nolan. Yeah. Micah Parsons, along with Trayvon Diggs here too. Let me tell you something. Man, we say anything we want to about Trayvon Diggs. Woo-wee. Man, Trayvon Diggs before them injuries? Shoo. Man, Trayvon Diggs in year 2? 2021? With Micah Parsons? Hey, man, I'm telling you. Dan Quinn had some pieces. Micah Parsons really, man, with the pieces they had D-Law. They had some pieces, man. Cowboys had some pieces. Look at what Dan Quinn did in his first year. Hey, it can be done. It can be done. And this is the staple of the Dan Quinn defense. It was the takeaways. That was the staple of the Dan Quinn defense. And the way Dan Quinn got those turnovers was Dan Quinn created a defense where everybody ran to the ball, quarterback pressures with Micah Parsons. That's how we did it. They were first in takeaways. They were 7th in points allowed, and they were 19th in the NFL. And if you go back and check some of these things, you will see where 2021, they were 12-5. The Dallas Cowboys offense, it was hitting on all cylinders. It was hitting on all cylinders. Their offense did very well. 2022 led the league, first in the NFL in takeaways. 33, they were 12th in the NFL in yards allowed. They were 5th in the NFL in points allowed. Well, let me give you something. There is a correlation between takeaways and points allowed. There it is. There is a correlation. There is a correlation. And so the hope is for the Dallas Cowboys. The hope is for the Dallas Cowboys is that in getting Caleb Downs, getting Rashawn Gary, do we not realize the expectation is that the turnovers, the takeaways are going to increase? And do y'all remember Matt Eberflus kept saying, yeah, man, our mantra is going to be taking the ball away. Well, they never did it. And that was another thing that contributed to the demise of the Dallas Cowboys defense. The lack of takeaways. The lack of takeaways. Man, people don't realize, man, there is a direct correlation. You don't get takeaways, you don't get a whole lot of things. Dominique said that's all well and good, but they couldn't stop anyone. Those numbers don't tell the whole story. Yeah, but they tell a story that if the Cowboys with a better defense, that's the point, Dominique. This is going to be a better defense than Dan Quinn had. Dan Quinn, man, I'll give Dan Quinn I'll give him credit. Jerry Jones never gave Dan Quinn even what he's giving. Do y'all know that Christian Parker, he's the first defensive coordinator that I can think of. Name me the defensive coordinator that Jerry Jones got the players that he's already gotten Christian Parker. Name the defensive coach. Name him. Jerry Jones is doing something for Christian Parker that he just didn't do for everyone else. They're literally trying to get Christian Parker everything he needs. They didn't do that for Dan Quinn, but I give Dan Quinn credit. I give Dan Quinn credit. He had, what was his name? Tillman here also. Tillman is the master of punching out the ball. Dan Quinn created a defense that just ran to the ball. All of them ran to the ball, and they were always trying to create turnovers. I give Dan Quinn credit for that. But Dan Quinn never had what he needed, man. I can remember for at least 2 years, Dan Quinn was begging Jerry Jones to get Bobby Wagner. Jerry did not give Dan Quinn everything he needed. He just didn't. I'm not going to blame Dan Quinn for Dallas Cowboys' bad defense. I'm not going to do it. We played the Green Bay Packers, and we had Marquise Bell. You got Marquise Bell playing linebacker? You done, bruh. You done. You got Marquise Bell playing linebacker. You're done. That wasn't Dan Quinn's fault. That was Jerry Jones' fault. If Jerry would have done for Dan Quinn what he's doing, man, let me tell you something. Dan Quinn would be salivating over the draft the Cowboys just had. Man, Dan Quinn would be salivating. Dan Quinn didn't want Mozzie Smith. From my understanding, he didn't want Mozzie. That wasn't Dan Quinn. They did not give. Man, I'm just telling y'all, you really got to pay attention to this. They have rolled out the red carpet for Christian Parker. They rolled out the red. They've rolled out the red carpet, man. They've rolled out the red carpet for Matt Eberflus. I mean, not Matt Eberflus. They rolled out the red carpet for Christian Parker, man. They rolled out the... Could y'all imagine? See, this is why I say I'm not going to blame this on Dan Quinn. Could y'all imagine? Could y'all imagine Dan Quinn with Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, Otito Ogbonnia? Could y'all imagine him with this wide receiver core? Bland, Devin Moore, Savon Revel Jr., Kobe Durant, Darion Kendrick. I mean, you think about the safeties that they went and got Christian Parker. Jalen Thompson, got him Caleb Downs, got him PJ Locke. Think about the linebacker core. This linebacker core is ridiculous. You got what? Malachi Lawrence, Jayshon Barham, Demarion Overshown, healthy. You got Rashawn Gary. I mean, Donovan Ezeraku coming back in his second year. Do we not realize they never gave Dan Quinn this level of talent? They never had drafts this good with Dan Quinn here. Come on, man. That's the story. If we want to talk about the whole story, man, they didn't give Dan Quinn what they're giving Christian Parker. They are giving this man, Christian Parker, everything they can give him within means. Katharina's kid said, I think Parker put his foot down and told him, I will be DC only if you get the players I need. I don't think he did it. I'll be honest with you, Katharina Kiss. I don't think he did that. I'm going to go a step further, Katharina Kiss. I don't give this credit to Christian Parker. This is Brian Schottenheimer. This is Brian Schottenheimer. I got to give Brian credit where credit is due. It's not Christian Parker that changed the way the Joneses think. It's Brian Schottenheimer. And I'm going to tell you the turning point. And I talked about this last year. Y'all want to hear the turning point? Let me give you the turning point. Brian Schottenheimer did something that I don't think anybody expected, including Matt Eberflus. Anybody want to guess what was the turning point? Anybody want to take a wild guess? Katharina Kiss, what do you think was the turning point? It was actually before Christian Parker. I'm going to give us a hint. It was before Christian Parker. It was before. Brian Schottenheimer pulled a power move on Matt Eberflus that I believe shocked Matt Eberflus and shocked everybody. Anybody remember? Schotty was smart. He outworked Matt Eberflus. He went into that defensive room and he proved to Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones that this dude, Matt Eberflus, ain't it. I'm going to go in that room and I'm going to show him what he needs to be doing. I'm going to tell him he needs to be running the 3-4. He needs to be running the 5-2. He needs to disguise his coverages. I'm going to show him everything that he is doing wrong. Brian Schottenheimer shocked Matt Eberflus. He shocked him. That was the power move right there. He outworked him. Brian Schottenheimer, I said this last year. Brian Schottenheimer pulled the power move that made sure that Matt Eberflus was not going to last. He exposed him for everything that he was. He was stubborn and he was reluctant to change. Brian Schottenheimer exposed him by outworking him. Brian Schottenheimer pulled a power move. And people don't even realize it. It shocked, I'm telling you, it shocked Matt Eberflus. It shocked him. It shocked him. And then when they pushed Matt Eberflus up into the booth, Schotty was pulling power moves and people didn't even see it. People didn't see it. Brian Schottenheimer outworked that man. Schotty was able to prove to Jerry, you're wrong about Matt Eberflus. And he was able to prove it to him without hating on Matt Eberflus. He was able to prove it to him by outworking him. And by outworking him, when he got in the defense room, he made Matt Eberflus have to work. He made him have to try to make some changes. He made him do all those things. Man, I'm just telling y'all, I told y'all this before about Brian Schottenheimer, man. I'm going to give him some credit. Man, he's a shrewd operator. Man, y'all got to realize something. Schotty is a shrewd operator. Schotty was already in the Dallas Cowboys organization. And this is the part that people are still not comprehending. He was already in the organization. He was already gaining the trust of the Joneses. I can clearly remember that they said that Brian Schottenheimer was the reason they let Mike McCarthy even do 2024? What? Man, y'all better understand something. Schotty was putting in work behind the scenes that people didn't understand. He was putting in work. And so what we're seeing with Christian Parker and all of the things that the Joneses are doing for him, that is on account of the trust that they have in Schottenheimer. Because I'm telling y'all now, they never would have hired Christian Parker without Brian Schottenheimer. They never would have did it. They never would have did it. Schotty has done something that most people, I haven't seen anybody do this since Jimmy Johnson. Schotty came in, got the trust of the Joneses, got them to not only trust him, he improved the communication. Schotty is the first coach I've seen since Jimmy. He's the first coach I've seen since Jimmy that made it his business. He has made it his business to understand who Jerry and Steven are and to never start any kind of conflict, any kind of arguments in the court of public opinion, nor any of those things. No. The Bible tells us to be wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. What has Schotty done? Schotty has figured out how to work and navigate through Jerry and Steven. And that different way of thinking, that didn't come with Christian Parker. That came with Brian Schottenheimer. I give Schotty credit for that. I just got to give him credit. I got to give him credit. And this is the very reason why I believe that full well Brian Schottenheimer is going to get a Super Bowl. Because he's doing it the right way. Schotty is doing it the right way. Whenever you work in an organization with a person or people like Jerry and Steven, you just got to know who they are. You just got to, if you want a job like with the Dallas Cowboys, because I'm going to tell you about me, I would want to work for I would absolutely want to work for the Dallas Cowboys. And I would understand who I'm working for. Because I know if Brian Schottenheimer gets a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys, do we not realize Brian Schottenheimer can write his own ticket? He'll be able to do anything he wants to do after the Cowboys. People aren't giving Schotty enough credit. This dude is so well calculated. This man was working on this way back in 2022, and people don't even realize what this dude was doing. Schotty was already getting the ear of the Cowboys. He was a consultant. This dude was talking to the Cowboys way more than anybody would ever imagine. They trust Schotty. And because they now trust Schotty, Schotty is telling them, hey, this guy Christian Parker is it. Let me tell y'all a little fact that y'all might have ignored. They didn't go get Christian Parker to change to the defense. They didn't go get Christian Parker to bring in a defense. Brian Schottenheimer chose Christian Parker because that was the defense he wanted to run. Do y'all remember in the run the Cowboys were doing? They were running that 5-2 defense. And y'all might not remember, but we were talking about this last year. If you look at the 5-2 defense, it's really a 3-4. What? Yes, it's a 3-4 defense. The only thing that changes in a 3-4 and a 5-2 in the grand scheme of things is who do you line up on the edges. If you line up linebackers, people call it 3-4. If you put in 5 down linemen, they call it 5-2. What's the difference? 2 linebackers versus 4. Schotty was trying to get Matt Eberflus to do some of the stuff that now Christian Parker is coming in and doing. Schotty was trying to get them to do this. He was trying his best to get Matt Eberflus to do this. Hey, disguise your coverages, blitz more. We're going to watch Christian Parker do everything that Brian Schottenheimer was trying to make Matt Eberflus do, and Matt Eberflus wouldn't do it. No, the Cowboys didn't go out to get Christian Parker to change the defense. Brian Schottenheimer went out and got Christian Parker to run the defense that Brian Schottenheimer wanted to run all along. Man, y'all better understand something about Schotty, man. This dude been playing chess. This dude been playing chess since 2022. He's been playing chess since he got in the building. I give him credit. I can't take anything away from Schotty from that perspective. He's doing it better than anybody I've seen do it since Jimmy. Jimmy, before, Jimmy, before he wouldn't credit Jerry for getting those help with those 2 Super Bowls, Jerry had put all of his trust in Jimmy and it paid off. And now we're seeing once again, Jerry is putting all of his trust into Brian Schottenheimer. That's who he's putting his trust in. He got Schottenheimer the defensive coordinator that he wanted. Schotty wanted the defense that we're going to see this year. Schotty wanted that defense. That's why he got Christian Parker. Shotty didn't get Christian Parker saying, hey, man, come in here and show me a defense. No. Hey, man, you run the defense that I want to run. That's what Shotty did. That's what Shotty did. You're running the defense that I want to run that will fit the personnel that we have. Man, y'all better understand what this dude been doing. Catherine the Kiss said, gee, I've said that I've never seen a coach like Shotty since Jimmy Johnson. You're speaking facts. Catherine the Kiss. He may not have the same mentality as Jimmy, because we watched the Jimmy Johnson video the other day, and I've already told y'all, I don't think there'll ever be another Jimmy Johnson. Nah, there'll never be another Jimmy. I mean, you ain't gonna get too many men gonna divorce their wife and move into the doggone team facility and be football day and night. Nah, you're not gonna get a lot of people to do that. But what he's done is he's earned the trust of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones by his dedication to the team, his dedication to the culture, and his relentless just, I always want to make sure I'm communicating with the Joneses. And has anybody noticed? He's not making the same mistake that we've seen other coaches making. He always give Jerry and Stephen credit. Have y'all not noticed that? He's always giving Jerry and Jimmy credit. Jerry and Stephen credit. He always talks about it was a collective effort. Have y'all not noticed this is what they all do? Hey, man, no, I'm gonna give Will and his team credit for all the work that they put in. I mean, just listen to what Brian Schottenheimer does. This dude is a psychological demon. I'm telling you, he's a psychological demon, man. He is a psychological demon. This dude has been playing psychology 101. He's playing chess and people do not understand it. You gotta learn how to get what you want. You gotta learn how to get what you want with the hand that you have. Man, when you play spades, anybody who plays dominoes, you don't get to play somebody else's hand. You only get to play yours. You have to learn how to win in dominoes with the hand that you have. You do. I don't know. I just don't think y'all giving him enough credit, Big Amish. I don't think he kissed the ring. I don't think Shotty kissed the ring. I'm not buying it. I don't think he kissed the ring. People do not give Brian Schottenheimer enough credit. Shotty put in the work, man. Shotty put in the work behind the scenes to get the Joneses to trust him. And they're doing almost everything that Brian Schottenheimer wants to do. If you call that kissing the ring, well, everybody needs to learn how to kiss the ring, man. Everybody needs to learn how to kiss the ring. You're getting to do everything that you want to do? Sure, everybody needs to learn that then. Everybody needs to learn that. Be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. Shotty is smarter than people are giving him credit for. He's absolutely smarter. And that's why I told y'all, man, y'all better stop thinking that getting rid of Michael Parsons was only a Jerry Jones idea. Man, y'all better stop thinking that. Boy, y'all better stop thinking that. I told y'all that wasn't just that man's idea. I guarantee you Brian Schottenheimer was behind that too. Man, I'm telling you, Shotty is a psychological demon. Boy, y'all not giving this man credit. Rico Jones says Shotty learned from Jimmy's mistakes because Jimmy always told Jerry what time it is. And Rico Jones. You think about a lot of the people who came before Brian Schottenheimer. That, they would always find a way to be in the court of public opinion, complaining about this, complaining about that, and this and that. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me who the offensive coach that y'all seen get inside of the defensive room. Boy, y'all don't understand what this man was doing. Tatiana, what we need to see from Shotty is better play calling. That's what we need to see from Shotty, because everything else has been great. everything from Shotty has been great. The only thing we need to see now is better play calling. But as far as the personnel, that ain't Jerry. That isn't Steven. That better personnel, that's Brian Schottenheimer. You tell me anything you want to. That's Brian Schottenheimer, man. Got to give Shotty credit. Just got to give the man credit. Got to stop, man. You just got to stop. So Big Amish. So Dominique, so you're saying that people live in a fantasy land. So you telling me then that if you're telling me that people are in a fantasy land if they think Brian Schottenheimer's calling the shots. So you're telling me that Jerry Jones is responsible for this draft. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that Jerry Jones is responsible for the free agency the Cowboys just had. So you're telling me that Jerry Jones is responsible for hiring Christian Parker. Come on, man. You gotta do better than that, man. You gotta do better than that. You gotta do better than that. I mean, all that stuff you're saying is fine. But when you look at what the Cowboys have absolutely done since trading Michael Parsons, you're literally telling me that you're giving Jerry Jones all that credit. Come on, man. Stop it. Stop it. No, Dominique, I'm not going to throw Shotty under the bus. I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. Two things can be true. Brian Schottenheimer has built a great culture. Brian Schottenheimer has gotten the trust of Jerry and Stephen Jones. Brian Schottenheimer has done some things personnel-wise and coach-wise. But if the play calling ain't good, it is what it is. Two things can be true. He can be a great coach, and I've already said this over and over and over. The one thing that I would like for the Joneses to do is to bring in a play caller and not Clayton Adams. I want them to bring in a master play caller because I believe that Brian Schottenheimer is better. Shotty is better, I believe, as a head coach, unless he proves me wrong this year. I just think he's better as a head coach than he is as a play caller. No, I'm not giving it to you, Dominique, because what you're saying don't match. What you're saying don't match. Even if the buck stops with Jerry, you got to understand psychological warfare. You make Jerry think the buck stops with him while you're convincing Jerry to do everything that you want. Stop it. Stop it, man. Stop it. I understand you don't like Jerry Jones, but what you're saying, you're just saying, but you're not giving the facts behind it. I'm giving the facts behind what I'm saying because I'm showing us all of the moves. I'm showing us all of the moves. Big Amish, you're still missing it. You're still missing it. You're asking why now. I'm giving you the answer. Brian Schottenheimer, you don't want the answer. You don't want the answer. I'm giving you the answer. You don't want it. You want to attribute it to whatever, but even what you're saying is not matching because the Cowboys have done nothing but done everything, almost everything right. Everything, including trading Michael Parsons. It was the right thing to do. You're not keeping it football, Dominic, because if you were, you would be saying, or you would be able to give Shotty the credit, while at the same time, what he's not good at, just say that. He's not good. At this point, I don't believe he's good at play calling. But what Brian Schottenheimer has done since he's been with the Cowboys, people can say whatever they want to. It's been short of a miracle. Because Big Amish, he's asking the right question. He just don't want the answer. Why now? The answer is Brian Schottenheimer. Man, people are not giving this dude enough credit. He been here. Brian just didn't get here when he became the head coach last year. He's been here. He's been in Jerry's ear. He's been in Steven's ear. He's been telling them, if I would do this and I would do that and I would do this. They started doing some of those things. Man, you can hate a man, and I don't care if you hate a person or not. But you got to be able to acknowledge that what changed? Brian Schottenheimer. When Brian Schottenheimer became the head coach, that's what changed. They've been doing, the amount of things that Big Amish, let me tell you something. Christian Parker was not hired because of Brian Flores. He was not hired because of Brian Flores. And I understand the Brian Flores situation. And I'm not buying what you're saying, Big Amish. Because contrary to what you are saying, I can prove you 100% wrong that what you are saying about Jerry Jones not hiring. So you're telling me that Jerry Jones hired Christian Parker because of Brian Flores? I'm going to tell you you're wrong, respectively. You're wrong. Do you realize that Charles Tillman was the assistant coach in Dallas? And that it was public knowledge that Tillman was going to be the next defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. That had nothing to do with Brian Flores. And the reason why Tillman did not become the next defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, one player and one player only, because Brian Broaddus verified it. Trayvon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs. That's why Charles Tillman did not become the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. They loved Charles Tillman here. They loved him. They loved Charles Tillman. Until Charles Tillman started enabling, or at least they believe, Charles Tillman started enabling all of the bad behavior that Trayvon Diggs was doing. And they said no. And that is why he got let go about it. That's why he didn't renew his contract. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Jerry, let me tell you something. If there is one person who don't do something because of, wait a minute, Al Harris, thank you. Al Harris, Al Harris was going to be the defense coordinator. Everyone was saying it. Al Harris was going to be the heir apparent. He was going to be the defense coordinator. Nothing to do with this man being black. I'm not buying that story. I'm not buying that story. This stuff with Brian Flores been going on. Yeah, I got it, Andre. Appreciate y'all. Al Harris is going to be the defense coordinator for the Cowboys. They said Al Harris was an enabler of Trayvon Diggs, and they said no. They said no. No, I'm not buying all this stuff about Flores. Because if they were trying, if anybody, what did Jerry Jones do to Brian Flores? What did he do to him? What did Jerry do to Brian Flores? If it was about Brian Flores, every doggone coach in the league would be hiring a black defense coordinator. Got nothing to do with no Brian Flores, man. Say got nothing to do with no Brian Flores. Yes, sir. Appreciate your cheers, Cowboys Daily. Tillman, Al Harris, yes. Al Harris. Tatiana, do you like, can we get to the play? Oh, yeah, no doubt. I believe they're going to the playoffs. I do. I believe they're going to the playoffs. I absolutely believe they're going to the playoffs. What is going on, my sister Niecy? Cowboys are going to the playoffs. There's no doubt in my mind. There's no doubt in my mind. Because if you think about it, this is Dan Quinn all over again. Mike Nolan, terrible. What happens? Michael Parsons falls to the Dallas Cowboys in 2021. Dan Quinn comes right in. And even though that defense was made to only play with a lead, because it was, It was only made to play with a lead. Well, they had a whole bunch of leads with them turnovers. They had a whole bunch of leads. They had a whole bunch of leads. Man, when you can get a lot of turnovers, man, you can stop a lot of teams. You can stop a lot of teams. You can get a lot of turnovers. You absolutely can. Cowboys have got to figure out how to make that improvement on that defense this year, and they're thinking it's going to be Caleb Downs. They think it's going to be Caleb Downs and some of these other players like Kobe Durant. They think they're going to do a lot better. Rashawn Gary. They think they're going to do a lot better in a whole bunch of these areas. They can. We'll see what happens with the coaching. But I think they make the playoffs. And if they don't make it this year, they will make it next year. But I think they make it this year. I think they make it this year. And I'm going to show you this again, Tatiana, and then we're going to get out of here for the night. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. I was on my last topic anyway, so, I mean, Javonte Williams is a quick hit. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But I want to answer this question for Tatiana of, do I think the Cowboys make it? And I'm going to tell you why I think they make it. I'm going to tell you why I think they make it. A lot of people we were all kind of, talking about this schedule. But when I saw this Dallas Cowboys schedule and the way that it's playing out now, and I'm going to talk about this some more as we continue on, the NFL has set the Cowboys up to win. A lot of people are like, oh, they set the Cowboys up to lose, and they're traveling here and they're traveling there. So, Dominique, don't get too excited about the panels, because we ain't gonna be debating on no panels. That's not what I'm bringing y'all on for. I ain't bringing y'all on for no Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith debates. That ain't what I'm bringing y'all on for. That's not what I'm doing. We won't even be talking about those things when I start doing that. But when I look at this Cowboys schedule, the first part of this schedule is going to be absolutely, it's going to be brutal. You play the Giants in New York. You come back home to play the Commanders. Get on the road to play the Ravens in Rio de Janeiro. That's going to be 10 hours, 20 hours round trip. I mean, you get off late. You're going to get out at 6 o'clock, and then you're going to be playing the Ravens at 3. This is going to be tough. Then you're going to come back after a long flight, get a day or two of rest, and then you're going to be playing one of the best defenses in football. You're going to be playing the Texans. Then you're going to come back. And then you have to play the Buccaneers on a Thursday night. This is going to be brutal. I'm telling y'all now, this is going to be brutal. Let's just prepare ourselves. Let me put this on the screen. We just need to prepare ourselves. This is going to be brutal. Cowboys, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders, Ravens, again, Rio de Janeiro, play the Texans, go to the Bucs. This is just going to be tough. You got to get 3-3 here. You got to get 3-3 here. Oh, don't get me wrong, Dominique. We're gonna have some fun. Don't you get me, we're gonna have some fun. We ain't gonna be debating like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. We're gonna have some fun. I know what you mean, brother. It's all love. I ain't even at that. All love. You my man, Dominique. All right, so the first 6 games for the Cowboys, we just gotta accept it. I mean, the first 5 games, they're just gonna be brutal. You can't get away from it. It's just gonna be brutal. But then, what I'm looking at is the Philly to Philly run. The Cowboys have got to find a way, and I think they're going to find a way. I believe they're going to find a way to go 3-3 in the first 6 games. They got to go 3-3. Because I believe that in the next 6 games, from Philly to Philly, that's what I'm calling that part of the schedule. Philly to Philly. I believe they can win 5 of 6. I do. Bass, you said you never shy away from a squabble. Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do then. If we do some panels then, maybe I'm going to let you and Dominique go at it in the panel. How about that? I'll let y'all go at it in the panel. So we're going to get Cowboys from Philly to Philly. The Cowboys should be able to win 5 or 6. I think they'll beat the Philadelphia Eagles at least once. I say we're going to beat the Cardinals, but the Cardinals seem to beat us every year. Maybe we'll do it this time. I believe we beat the Colts. I believe we beat the Titans. I got a feeling we'll beat the 49ers. If we can go 5-6 and 3-3, the Cowboys will already have 8 wins. The only thing they'll have left will be the Eagles, the Seahawks, or the only thing they have left is the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Commanders to be determined. The Commanders to be determined. I don't know why they don't. Let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll have the Seahawks, the Rams, the Jags, the Giants, and the Commanders. I think they'll find a way to win 3 more games in the last 5. I see the Cowboys' floor being 10. I see the Cowboys' ceiling being 13. So I think they'll settle somewhere between 11 and 5. I think it'll be 11 and 5 or 11 and 6 or 12 and 5. I think that's what we'll be. Yeah, Big Arm is 10 and 7 or 11 and 6. I think they'll be somewhere in there. I think they're going to make it. I do. I think they're going to make it. Tatiana, I think they're going to make it. Not only do I think they're going to make it, I think they're going to win a playoff game, maybe even 2. But we got to see what the defense is by then. And we can't wait, again, we cannot wait until midseason to get that defense right, like they've done in the past. Now, they got to get that defense right early. Got to get that defense right early. DeVaris Worley said none of those teams are going to win nothing. Okay, which teams are we talking about? All right, so let's hit this quick hit, and then we're going to get out of here. All right. Check this out. So I found this today. Let me pull up something else, too. I'll tell you this as I'm pulling this up. I'm going to tell you this, though, Dominique Pittman. One of us is going to be proven right, and one of us is going to be proven wrong. And it won't be because of nothing that we've done. One of us is going to be right, and one of us is going to be wrong. The year 2 for Brian Schottenheimer, man, this is a big deal. Year 2 is a big deal. It absolutely is. And I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care if it's Christian Parker's first year. They have got this man some weapons. And I believe they are expecting results. I'm not telling us they're expecting Super Bowls, but I do think they're expecting results. I absolutely think they are expecting results. All right, so look at the highest paid running backs. Saquon Barkley got $41 million. Christian McCaffrey got $38 million. Derrick Henry got $30. Kenneth Walker III for the Chiefs got $43. Breece Hall, I thought Breece Hall got a deal. This isn't up to date. But what I'm looking at here is, let's see if they have. Okay, so Javonte Williams got a $24 million deal. When I think about the deals that some of these teams have signed, these running backs have signed, Bass, I'm sorry, boy, that ringtone almost, man, boy, that ringtone almost, boy, I'm sorry about that, boy. That guy don't do not disturb. I don't know how that got through. All right, so when you look at Javonte Williams' pay, man, the Dallas Cowboys got this man on the craziest of deals. Oh my gosh, they got this dude on the craziest of deals. They were able to get him for $24 million, $8 million per season. His fully guaranteed, and this is the money you need to look at, his fully guaranteed money is $16 million. Wow. $16 million. That is banana bonkers. I mean, it's way more than what I make now. It's way more than what I make. Booby D, you got a Google phone that should tell you where you were parked, man. Booby D said he been at work so long he forgot where he was parked. Cowboys got Javonte Williams for chicken feed, man. they got, I ain't gonna call it chicken feed, but when you look at what these other running backs are making, do y'all think that Javonte Williams is underpaid? Fully guaranteed money is $16 million. I mean, look at the fully guaranteed money. Saquon Barkley, 36. McCaffrey, 24. Henry, 25. Walker the third, 28. That's a monster deal. I mean, wow. I really think Javonte Williams could have easily hit the Cowboys for around 20+ million guaranteed. Wow. It's crazy. Whew. Man. Katharina Kiss, you know, and I think one of the reasons why he stayed with the Cowboys, I think he stayed with the Cowboys because he liked the team. Y'all tell me what you think. I think he stayed with the Cowboys because he likes the team. That's all I can figure. Man. I mean, $16 million, don't get me wrong. You know what? Hallelujah. You know what? I think you got a good point there because of the injury. And I think this is the leverage. Hallelujah. I think this is the leverage that the Cowboys are going to have over DeMarion Overshown. I don't understand how DeMarion Overshown can command a lot of money from the Cowboys. How do you command top of the market money from the Cowboys and you're only healthy 1 year? I think it's going to happen to DeMarion Overshown. I really do. I really do. And I think if DeMarion Overshown tries to throw a fit about a big-time contract with the Cowboys next year, I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys trade him. I wouldn't. Yeah, Tin Chong, I think it's a great point. It's the injury he came off of. That's what it is. The Undertaker, he said, yeah, he had a bad shoulder and also think he loves the team. Me too. Yeah. Blake Strange said he's not greedy. Yeah, he'll be in Dallas for at least 2 years. He will be in Dallas for at least 2 years. Yep. He'll be in Dallas for at least 2 years. But I'm still going to stick to my same prognostication. I'm going to stick to my same prognostication about the Cowboys. I believe they're going to take some huge strides this year. I don't think there's going to be a single-digit win season this year. I think it's going to be double-digit. I say the floor is 10. I say the ceiling is 13. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Say the floor is 10. Ceiling is 13. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised by the Dallas Cowboys this year. I do. Pleasantly surprised. I'm going to tell you what, I'm looking so forward to the Cowboys winning. I'm looking so forward to it because I know Dominique, man, this is going to be so exciting for Dominique. To hear Dominique say something good about Jerry Jones is going to be so thrilling for me. Dominique gonna even talk good about Jerry after them boys do their thing, man. Dominique even gonna be talking good. He gonna talk so good about Jerry Jones, it's gonna make y'all head spin. What's up, Hustle? What's up? He said 110 in Texas spring, summer, nasty, and hot, dry heat when it rained, no mud. Yeah, man, shoot. Hey, Mark Davis, he said he appreciate the love once again. Hey, y'all do not forget about Mark Davis's YouTube page. Mark Davis, let's pull that up one more time before we get out of here, man. Mark Davis has a YouTube page for you scent folks. And I'm one of these people, boy, I love, man. I be into them colognes, man. Yeah, I be into them colognes. All right, Mark, give us the hint. Give us the handle one more time before I get out. Give me the handle one more time. Katharina says 13-4, 12-5 at the worst. Appreciate you, Tatiana. Tatiana, you gonna come on the panel whenever I get it going? You gonna come on the panel? Newhouse fam in the building. What up, Newhouse fam? Good to see you. Appreciate your cheers. Hey, appreciate you looking out for me on that Al Harris, man. I don't know why I was thinking Peanut Tillman. Maybe somebody mentioned early. All right, hey, Mark, give me your YouTube page once again, so we can put that up, and then we're gonna get out of here. Oh, okay, I'm looking forward to it, Tatiana. Tatiana, I got one son that's single, but I think you may be a little too old for him. I would hook you up with my son if I don't even know if you single, but if you were single, I'd hook you up with my single son. I'd hook you up with my single son. You seem to be good people. All right, let's pull it up one more time. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Here it is again. Let's pull it up. Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Let's take care of Mark. He's already up to 27 subscribers. Let's go. Hallelujah, man. I'm notorious for matchmaking, man. I try to take care of my sons, man. I try to take care of, man. I want them to meet the right young ladies. I was always told not to ask a woman her age, but my son, he's 21. He's 21. I don't know how old Tatiana is, but my son is 21. What Newhouse fam, boy, you crazy. Newhouse fam said she ain't no preacher's daughter. She ain't no preacher's daughter, boy. You better stop, boy. Boy, you better stop, man. Brady said G multiple facet, he can find you a significant other. Hey, I be trying to find him for my son. Brady, you seem like nice people too, but I don't think you 21, are you? You ain't 21 either, huh? Ice Cold said my oldest son is 16. Yeah, my youngest is 21. He said, G son, where's Mando? What's Mando? What is that? All right, but again, man, this is Mark Top Flight Fragrance. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my man Mark's page. We got him up to 27. We're gonna bring this page up, the rest of this week. See if we can get him to 100 plus for y'all fragrance places. Hey, Poopy D, there it is. There it is, Poopy D. There it is. Yep. What the world is, what? Mando, what is that? What in the world is Mando? Tatiana, I'm gonna show my son your avatar here. I'm gonna show my son your avatar. I might have him on the next stream with me. I'm gonna have my son on the next stream. Newhouse fam said Tatiana might be a cougar. Lisa said G gonna have a new channel for matchmaking. Only for my son. That's it. That's it. Yep. Appreciate you, Gregory Hicks. Yes, man. Tatiana, you 25? Hey, he 21. He 21. Only problem is he look 17. Mando is deodorant. Man, stop it, Dominique. Boy, stop it. Stop it. Mando is deodorant, man. Hey, you never heard of it. I'm going to have to look that up later on. Oh, Tatiana, you 25? Okay. Incognito, he said G hookups next show. Oh, man. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Best chat on YouTube. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Tatiana Bazzi said he's single. He said he's single. Ice cold. He said 25. He said, "Oh we." Tatiana, you got him in here. Hey, Bass said he 32. Brady said, "You got any good men in the church, G?" Oh, we got a lot of older ones where I am. Other than my sons, that's it. 2 of them got girlfriends. I'm working on the last one. He 21. Hallelujah. I ain't got no daughters, man. Ain't got no daughters. Boy, hey, boy, you better stop with that brute and that man dog. Boy, you better stop, boy. You better stop. You better stop. Tatiana, you crying up in here, huh? All right, bring my son on the next, bring him on the next stream. 4 years. Hey, Aaliyah said age ain't nothing but a number. That's what Aaliyah said. Satisfied Show said, "G, don't get too personal." Boy, you crazy, boy. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. What's up, NJ fans? Good to see you tonight. Good to see you tonight, man. Man, let me get out of here while I'm ahead, man. Man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. Best chat on YouTube. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless. Let's talk Cowboys and everything else when we talk facts. Peace.